I'm Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk, and I'm here today with Rick Shannon, president of Atlantic Ro-Ro. We're going to talk about his business out of Russia, his liner service, and what he sees for 2013. Rick, tell us about Atlantic Ro-Ro. Give us the basics first.
Basically, they started in 1995 with 2 ships. They're now up to 8 ships in the Russian service, and we have 3 down to South Africa. I guess the major difference is the fact that it's a breakbulk project, roll-on, roll-off type operation with multi-ships. We call on a regular liner service basis. We're out of Houston. We're down here 2 to 3 times a month. Direct all water service going over to St. Petersburg. Same with New York. The service coming out of Russia goes into New York direct in 13 days. Out of Baltimore, we go back to Russia in 13 days, and that is the fastest transit in the North Atlantic, going directly in without transshipping over European ports.
From a shipper's point of view, what's the benefit?
The biggest benefit, if you have a project, I'll just use an example, let's say 10,000 tons, you can ship it 1,000 tons a week or 2,000 tons a week, rather than trying to put it onto one ship to save a few dollars on the ocean freight. But when it gets into the port of St. Petersburg or into the Russian territory, you've then got problems with backup on the terminal, backup on trying to get rail cars, etc. So people who are doing projects can ship it out every week or every 2 weeks on a regular basis, as opposed to accumulating for one large shipment. One large shipment getting into Russia does create problems. But in this method, under this theology, it comes out where you can move it every week if you want. It's a lot simpler, and it's a committed service, so you can plan your logistics and so forth. We handle containers as well. We pretty much are an all-purpose service with containers, project freight, breakbulk freight, crated freight, vehicles, you name it, we handle it.
I understand that Russia recently joined the World Trade Organization, and that might impact your business, and what might the impact be?
The projections are that the traffic going into Russia with more transparency is probably going to double over the next 5-7 years. It won't happen overnight. It'll be a gradual process. There's issues with Russian customs which are being addressed. But once Mr. Putin made the decision to become a member of the WTO, they then are going to have more compliance issues and more control over the compliance.
And how important does it become to have an experienced carrier such as yourself that's located there and knows the ins and outs of the people you're dealing with, the ports, customs, etc.?
Well, I should stress one thing. We are a totally neutral company from the standpoint of dealing with forwarders or brokers. To us, we don't try to go directly to the shippers or the consignees to solicit the freight. We do it as it comes through whatever source. And whether it be one of the major forwarding companies or one of the major brokers in Russia, we then handle with them. So one of the keys is that with Russia, we do not go around companies. We do stick with the basic tradition of working with all different aspects, whether it be the shipper, the consignee, or the designated broker or forwarder of the clients. So from our standpoint, we are anticipating a lot more business coming up, and I will stress one issue, and that's with the compliance. Atlantic Ro-Ro has been over there now 17 years. And one of the issues with compliance is the fact that many companies have been fined. You've seen the European Union has issued major fines to major companies. United States Department of Justice, the same. So we're very aware of compliance issues, and we don't play games over in Russia. We go by the rules. We may not like all the rules, but we do go by them.
Seems like a good strategy.
Yeah, keeps us out of trouble.
That's right. Well, tell me, to wrap this up, what is your forecast for next year, for 2013? How are things looking in your area?
I always say whether oil is going at $30 a ton or $150 a ton, the oil industry and the energy industry has to have parts, it has to have equipment to operate. So we are anticipating business being rather stable. We are looking right now at upgrading the fleet. We have a total of 11 vessels. We're using 7 actually right now in the Russian trade. We will be upgrading the fleet and going in more with emission controls, et cetera, et cetera. So we're looking at the upcoming year, 2013, being one that'll be a lot of changes. We also see that a lot of people do come into the trade. Some of them come in for a short period, then they're gone. Well, like I say, we've been there 17 years, and I think we'll be around for a while.
Excellent. Well, good. It was good to talk to you today.
Good to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.